taxation as well as the objectives as well as the canons of taxation. First we will see what is taxation. As you know that tax is a very important sources of revenue for the government, both for state as well as the central government. The act of charging or imposing the tax is called as taxation. A tax is a compulsory charge or the payment imposed by the government to either to the individual or the corporation. If you are paying the tax for the personal thing, it is called as income tax, or if it is for the corporation and all, it may be the wealth tax. Next we will see what is the objective of charging the tax. First one, as I already told you that the tax is one of the important source of revenue to the government. Every year the government will be collecting the taxes from the individual as well as the corporation. Okay, so that is the first objective, generating the revenue to the government. Second one, the regulation of consumption and the production. Whatever the activities happening within the country related to the consumption and production, the government can regulate or monitor by using the taxation. How? Because, see for example, if the country is importing the goods from the other country for the sake of consumption, the person who is importing or the organization which is importing has to pay the taxes to the government. So the government will understand what is the total import happened in this particular year. Same with connection with the export also. The next one, encouraging the domestic industry. As everyone knows that duty or the taxes which is imposing on the import will be more than the taxes which is imposing on export. Why? Because always for the export related thing, taxes will be less. Because the company or the government wants to encourage the domestic industries who is producing the product. If you are imposing the less tax, it will encourage the people to produce more and more product. Okay, so that is the next objective. Then reducing the income inequalities. As per the rule of taxation, the people with a higher income has to pay higher amount of taxes, and the people with the lower income has to pay lower taxes to the government. Because of this, what will happen? Because of this, the income inequality will reduce. Okay, the people who are having a more income, by paying the taxes, their income will reduce, and the people who are having less income, we are not collecting the taxes from them. So by that, they can try to equal among the incomes of the people. Okay, then promoting the growth. As I already told you that tax is one of the important sources of revenue to the government. So what the government will do, by using this tax amount, they will invest the money in the economic growth and the development of backward region. Okay, so whatever money collected by using the taxes can be used for the development of backward community. These are the objectives of taxes. Okay, next we will see the canons of taxation. There are 4 things are there. The first one is a convenience. Okay, so what is the meaning of convenience? It is without any burden. Both the parties, I mean the people who are paying the taxes as well as the people who are collecting the tax. People who are paying means either it is an individual or the corporation. People who are collecting means it is a government. Both the parties, it should be convenient for or easy for them to collect the taxes. The second point is canon of equality. Okay, it states that the burden of taxation must be distributed equally among the taxpayers. Okay, it is not like one category of people are charging very high taxes and other category of people there is no tax. It should not be a burden for anyone. It should be equal. We have to treat all the taxpayers equally. Okay, that is the second one. Third one, canon of economy. What is the meaning of economy? Economy is nothing but minimum as possible. Whatever the tax we are collecting from the taxpayers, it should be minimum as possible. As we discussed in the previous point, it should not be a burden for anyone. Okay, so that is the point of third point. Okay, next one, canon of certainty. Certainty is nothing but the taxpayer should know that yes, in this particular year, if I am earning the income of this much, this is my tax rate. There should not be any confusion for the taxpayer whether how much I have to pay if I earn this much amount of income. That is the reason during the budget itself, the government will clearly declare if your income, if you belongs to this income group, this is the amount of tax, or this, like that, everything will be clearly specified. Okay, these are the other canons of taxation: productivity, elasticity, simplicity, and diversity. So whatever the tax we are collecting, the taxes should be imposed that do not hamper the productive effort of the community. For example, suppose if you are charging the taxes on the newly built or newly incorporated company, so what will happen? Most of their amount will be transferred for, most of their profit will be paid in terms of taxes, means it will be a burden for them. So that is the reason the government will give a tax holiday for the newly incorporated company. It should not affect their productivity. And the simplicity. Okay, tax must be simple and intangible to the people, so that taxpayer is able to calculate without taking the help of tax consultants. Okay, calculation is very simple. Say for example, your income is 3 to 5 lakhs. There you have to pay 5% of taxes. So it is a simple calculation. Next one, elasticity. This canon implies that tax should not be flexible. Okay, sorry, tax should be flexible. Okay, so according to the income, according to the situation, we can move the tax slabs. Okay, next one, canon of diversity. Taxation must be dynamic. This means that the country tax structure to be dynamic and diverse in the nature, rather than having a single or two taxes. Okay, so this is about the introduction part of taxation. The other things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you so much.